What's up? We back, and today we're gonna be discussing the law of rhythm, what it means, how you can use it. So, what is the law of rhythm? Well, the law of rhythm is a principle that states everything has its rise and fall. Everything has a flow. Everything flows in. The pendulum, it swings naturally with equal force to the left as it does to the right. What do we mean by this? Well, for example, planetary alignment. You see how the stars align and shift, how the planets align and shift, kind of like what we're going through right now, what we went through on June 6th with the Parade of Planets. That's the rhythm. See, everything has a divine connection and an alignment, right? Well, the same thing applies in your life. You could use this law of rhythm to understand and basically use your will and a little bit of detachment to achieve what you'd like. Let's dive a little further so you can really understand what I mean by this. For example, this is a perfect example of the law of rhythm at hand. You see, it has a symbiotic relationship with nature. The leaves, the trees, everything, right? It's a flowing. You can't have one without the other. For every rise, there is a fall. Everything flows in and out. It's a current. Or you can either spiral down with your vibration and or you can spiral up. The current's just as strong either way. So is life. It's a rhythm. Don't fight against it. Let it flow like the wind and the breeze. Because if you go through something bad and it sucks, yeah, it sucks. But by soaking over it and being like, oh, fuck, always happens to me. Well, guess what? You just created an energy around you to make shit like that continuously happen to you. So good job. But if you just say, it's okay, fuck it, and keep it pushing and continue to do what you're supposed to do, well, that is how you master the flow. And that's the principle of rhythm in a nutshell, how you can use it in your life to your benefit. You can't have one without the other. Nothing separate. So how are we going to use it? Well, remember, like we talked about with mentalism and the law of correspondence, right? Like we talked about with the law of polarity. Ooh, I'm getting excited. It's getting a little windy as I get excited. But as we talked about these principles, right? What we're going to do is find the middle point. We're going to be indifferent. We're going to find an equilibrium. For example, when we're feeling a pain or we're feeling pleasure, we're getting profit from our undertakings or whatever the case may be. Understand that there's a natural law that states, as you will rise, so shall you fall. So you can anticipate these things, these pros and cons in life that people in the mundane society get conquered by, the emotional and mental roller coaster of life. You can anticipate the fall of these things by preparing and understanding it's a natural way of life. Okay? The master understands this, and this is why the true alchemist, the true magician knows that all you really have to do is, for example, what you put out, you get back, right? So let's say I'm going to the store and I'm being a dick to everybody. Naturally, next time I'm out and about, I'm going to have a situation where people